Hi everyone. I'm just gonna have like a little random conversation here. I hope to do a few more of these in the future. So if you'll stick around, just trying to let some more people come in. And for some reason, I can't really see who's here. So let me know. Let me know who's here. Tell me who you are so that I could say hi. I'll just start in a few, just letting more people come. And as I said before, I can't really see who's here, so let me know who you are. I see that some of you are coming in. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start. Hey, Emily. So I miss you so much. Emily, I live in Atlanta now. You need to come see me. So I just want to have this just candid conversation about who I am. I know so many people, but I'm a very secretive person. I'm fairly introverted. So, a lot of people don't really get to know the real me. No, very few people are kind of brought into my day-to-day. So I have these businesses and one on the way. And I'm expecting people to support my businesses, but my face is not even out there. And the people I'm expecting to support me don't really know me. So I just want to change that. So I'm going to be coming on live every other week or every week or so just to say hi and to have just some random conversations. I have natural hair. It's naturally curly. So sometimes I might have a candid conversation on wash day. I do my own nails, so candid conversation while doing some dipping powder or some gel builder or something like that. Candid conversation while doing my makeup. I don't know. So yeah, just join me. Ask questions, make comments. But ultimately, I'm going to be open and I want to talk about a lot of different things, like my sexuality. I've never dated. I've never had a boyfriend. I've never had a partner. So these are all things that, I've been, thinking about from time to time as being a 33-year-old who has never been in a romantic relationship and doesn't really care to be. So we'll talk a little bit about that. But really just wanted to come on to just introduce myself. I'll start off with this. A lot of my friends are in the Atlanta area. I just moved back to Atlanta this past weekend, so hit me up. Hi! Oh my gosh, Alnisa, we need to chat. Are you still in Atlanta? We should totally meet up, maybe for coffee. Really, large place where there's lots of room because I'm socially distancing. But it will be great to catch up. Yes, period, with the capital T on the end. But yeah, it would be great to catch up. And I've been following you. You're doing great work. You're getting out there as an actress. Super proud of you. So my name is LaToya. I'm from Miami, Florida. And I now live in Atlanta, Georgia. I used to live in Tallahassee. As of Sunday, I live in Atlanta now, and I relocated for a job. So I'm really excited. I've been working this job since January, and I love it. I love my coworkers. Everything is so great. And so happy to be back here in Atlanta. It's a little nerve-wracking because lots have changed since I've been here 5 years ago. I'm in my last year of a PhD program, just working on my dissertation. We could chat about that a little in the future lives, but I'm really interested in, ancient texts, ancient religious texts, and historical texts, and how they think through sociological conditions like disability, masculinity, femininity, blackness, stuff like that. So love you too. And just text me. I don't know if you have my number, but I will message you my number and we can text and get together. But yeah, so I'm in my last year of a PhD program, and I was blessed to just have this job just fall in my lap, literally. Was not expecting to have a job before I graduated with my PhD, but I have a job and I love it. It's not the job that I thought I would have, but it's a job that fits my person and fits my MO. I'm really into advocacy, and I'm really into administration and things of that nature, and I like making things better. So thank you, sis. So this job is really, really great. What else about me? I have a really active, spiritual life. I am probably, I don't like to call myself or label myself as anything, but I would say, if anything, I am what most people would call a seer. I see a ton of things, and I don't know. I've always seen things, always, and it's just kind of been like my deep, dirty secret. Everyone got stuff in their closet. My closet is just full of, all these spiritual things that no one knows about. And and my closet is just full of all those things that are just really ambiguous and gray. Hi, Valencia. Congratulations on your beautiful baby. And thank you, Onika. So I want to share with you, a little bit of my singing life in the future. Not now, a little ratchet right now. And I'm super tired too. So from moving and unpacking. So we're probably not going to talk about that now. But yeah, I think it's probably time for me to start, sharing things. And that's really scary for me. So it will be really great if, you guys will come on and ask questions and share with me, because we get nowhere without one another. So I do want to come out and share my God ideas with you guys and, share a little bit more about myself. I have 2 businesses, one in the making, one that's been established officially since 2019, but established unofficially since 2016. It's a Bible Institute. I am really passionate about helping people learn how to read the Bible, but not just read it. We want to engage it. We want to tackle it, and we want to deal with all of its tensions in ways that are really beneficial and that will move not just the body of Christ, but society as a whole. And I think it's often the case that people think the Bible is cut and dry. The Bible said it, that must be it. But in truth, the Bible doesn't have a ton of clear answers. You gotta dig at that thing, kind of how you're looking for jewels and stuff. There are many beautiful jewels in the Bible, but you gotta work for that. And so I'm one of those people. I don't want to be the person that you come to for all of your hard answers. I want to help you find your own answers, which is why I created this Bible Institute, and why I have the tendency to probably give way much more than people pay for, because I'm interested in empowering people to be lifelong learners and placing resources in your hand. It's really an elitist move to just be the erudite in the room, being the scholar in the room, being the information holder in the room. And I don't want to be that. I'd rather us all be information holders and us all be brilliant and make each other better in the process. Plus, it's lonely being the only one who has access to all of this information, or one of the few people who have access to it. And I'm sitting right in the room, which is also one of the reasons why I want to share a little bit more about my singing life, because church is really uncomfortable, you guys. The grocery store is uncomfortable too. But church and religious spaces, there is nothing like that kind of discomfort. And a lot of it just comes from me seeing things that other people don't see. And so people are like, oh, that was a good service. And I'm walking away halfway traumatized, you know? So I just want to, yeah, I mean, I am just like my mom. My mommy is on the line. Saying that I love to empower others like her. And it's true. I learned how to be benevolent from my mom and from my grandmother, and from my dad. They are some of the most benevolent people. But yeah, so I want to share why that's so uncomfortable for me. I'm not anti-church by a long shot, but I will totally let you know that some days I can't do it. I just can't. And there are reasons why. And there are reasons why I needed to create this second business, which I won't tell you too much about, but it has a lot to do with coaching and consulting, and it has a lot to do with individuals, ministries, and businesses, you know? So I'll tell you a little bit more about it in about a week, and I'll tell you what it's called, getting the website ready today. And I'm really excited to share more about it and to share some of these God ideas that I've had for decades, really, just brewing and just sitting there. And I'm like, God, why are you telling me this? Because I'm not going to say anything. So now I guess I'm going to share a little bit more. So stay tuned. I will let you guys know when I'm going live ahead of time. Most of the time, I have a really busy schedule, so I have to keep to a schedule. So you'll know. So just, come and join me. Maybe some of you can join me in the actual live. That would be great. But yeah, I also want to talk about my sexuality. I am probably to some people very alien-like. I've never dated. I'm 33. I'm not interested in dating. And no, I'm not gay. But I'm also I've always assumed I was heterosexual, and that was until most recently, a few months ago, when I realized that there are certain desires that I just don't have. So I want to talk about that, and I want to talk about how that might be related to spiritual things and what that might say about how God creates all of us so uniquely and different. And I also want to talk about the type of things, the conversations that the church is not having and should be having. And I'm becoming more and more conscious of those types of conversations now because I am a unicorn in so many ways, because I naturally live on margins and on borders or outside of them. I'm starting to realize that there are ways that institutions do not service me. And that includes the church. It really does. And there are conversations that are not had and doesn't really offer the type of relief or answers that people like me will need. And there are lots of people like me in the world, but we're forced to conform to society, but I'm not doing that. So join me on this journey and learn more about who I am. I won't tell you, I don't like labels, but I will use them to help you better understand where I am and what I might fit under. But yeah, we'll have a conversation about sexuality. And yeah, I'm really excited to have it. And in that case, we'll probably talk a little bit about kids, because what do you do when you have a sexuality like mine, or the lack thereof, hint, hint, and you want to make the world better by, producing beautiful citizens. You do something that starts with an A, and I am so ready for it, completely ready for it. And I want to chat with you guys about that too, and hopefully learn from some of you who have adopted before. So yeah, just trying to think of anything else that I should say before I get off. I just wanted to quickly come on and just kind of say, hey, introduce myself a little. Thank you, sis. And just kind of say, look out, I'm going to be more vocal, and this is going to be hard. So it will help if you showed up and asked questions and made comments, because then I can kind of forget that I'm doing something on camera, on a social media outlet that is public. Yeah. So, yeah. Anybody want to say anything else? I'm trying, sis. I'm trying. Thank you. I've been needing to do this for so long, and I've just kind of given God excuses, and my last excuse was the most valid. I'm moving, Lord. Like, give me some time, and I'm unpacked. So I no longer have excuses. So here you are. Here, Toya. I don't know. But yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm definitely, I don't feel ready for this, but I am, and I'm just gonna do it. Hi, Shebums. I love you. I'm praying with you and for you. But yeah, I do have a few more minutes before I teach a class. I'm teaching a class in a few minutes called Bible, Sex, and Other Texts. And right now we're focusing on like Hebrew Bible and early Jewish stuff. But man, today we're talking about creation narratives, and creation narratives from the ancient world are wild, you guys. Like, gods be like being sexually active with themselves to produce new gods, and then they produce new gods who have to be sexually active with one another to produce new gods. It gets really wild, but I love you too. But it gets really wild. But yeah, that's what I'll be talking about with my student today. And we're offering part 2 of this course, which you're more than happy to take or welcome to take, even if you didn't take part 1. Part 2, we're talking about early Christian texts and New Testament. Join us, because the New Testament is wild. And early Christian texts, hot mess. Hotmess.com. Yeah. And you can imagine how much of a hot mess it is, because so many of them are written by like white elitist men. You know, they got a lot to say. A ton to say. So join me. If you're interested, just go on to Amana Bible Institute. It's right in my about me. I'm the founder and president of it, and I will be teaching that class. And I'm excited. It starts at the end of this month. So around March, the week of March 21st. And it's offered Thursdays at 7 p.m. But, you know, since I do have a few minutes before that class starts, I'll kind of let you know something that I realized on my very long trek here to Atlanta. It's only 4.5 hours from Tallahassee to Atlanta, but man, that was a long trip for me, because I actually had to drive about 750 miles in 3 days. I had to drive from Tallahassee to Atlanta on Friday to pick up my keys, and then I had to drive back to Tallahassee on Saturday morning to meet the movers and my father. And then I had to drive back to Atlanta on Sunday to meet the new movers who would unpack my U-Haul. Now, that was craziness too, because the U-Haul, they gave me the biggest U-Haul of life, because Tallahassee doesn't have medium-sized U-Hauls for some reason. So I had this, like, the largest U-Haul was like 26 feet, and we had to tow my dad's car. So it was like really, really long, and real tight. Thanks, sis, for posting the Institute link. Go to the link if you want to register for classes. We also have free webinars, you guys. There's one on Saturday about VR. Our media coach is going to be talking to us about virtual and augmented reality. So super dope. It's at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's free. So register. Nonetheless, that was craziness. It was craziness, but it was just pure Jesus. And what I noticed about the whole process, and it kind of made me a little teary, my mom and my dad, my other dad, you know, because my mom is married, and so I have 2 dads. They drove me from Atlanta to Tallahassee 5 years ago, you know, in a U-Haul that was was towing their car. And my dad, my biological dad, drove all the way from Miami to drive the U-Haul to Atlanta. So it's this weird, like, bookend kind of thing. It's very real cycle. And I think I'm back here for a really great reason. I'm going to be better, and you're going to be better, because I'm going to be better, and because I'm finally sharing. So, but also it's returning back to ABI's founding place. ABI was founded unofficially in Atlanta. So we're going to be great. We're going to be doing great things. But I just thought that was so great. Thank you, Apostle Francis. Blessings to you as well. I just thought that was really great and I should share it. It was just such a remarkable thing for me to remember and keep in mind. And every so often I find myself like super duper, like, you know, lonely. I'm kind of like, oh my gosh, I don't have lots of friends because I have a lot on my plate. I am super busy and I am really like a unicorn. Like, but I do have lots of friends, you guys, and leaving Tallahassee was a little sad because I didn't get to see so many of my friends before I left, you know? It's kind of interesting what you learn about yourself and all of the feelings that you kind of harbor. You don't kind of let out the bag. That's in addition to the other feelings that I don't let out the bag. So my bag is just full of feelings that are just harbored and stuffed deep down, you know, that hopefully you'll get some of. But yeah, it was kind of a remarkable epiphany and realization, you know. Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to share that. But yes, we are, sis. We are. Thank you, Miss Felicia. I'm excited about my future too. And Sheba, thank you so much. But yes, I'm really excited about this journey and I want you to come along with me. So let's do this. So yeah, I think I'm gonna sign off now, you know, get prepared to teach about the Numet leash, the hem to patah, the hem to hatum. If you want these texts, by the way, I have them for free. So you could just email me or just message me in my inbox and I'll send them to you. Super fun text to read. I think we're also talking about the alphabet of Ben Sira today, which is crazy. You know, Ben Sira in the alphabet of Ben Sira, which is technically kind of like a parody written much later than the actual life of Ben Sira. You know, Ben Sira, by the way, lived around the time of Jesus. But the alphabet of Ben Sira was written in the medieval period, probably around like 6th or 7th century CE. And yeah, in this text, Ben Sira is essentially born. He's conceived from the sperm of his like grandfather and and the way that happens is through a bathhouse. His grandfather somehow is so righteous he just has like super sperm or something like that. It's really crazy. Once again, teaching a class called Bible, Sex, and Other Texts for those of you who just randomly came into this conversation about a random text that talks about super sperm. Yeah, so I get to talk about that tonight. Really wild texts in the ancient world. Once again, you want to register for that second part of the class if you want to. The link is there, monabibleinstitute.net. I think the class is just $60, 4 weeks, every Thursday, 7 p.m., starting the week of March 21st. But yeah, I'm gonna go and prepare for that. But I love you guys and thank you for joining me. And feel free to message me if you have certain questions or certain, topics that you want me to talk about, because I'm trying to be an open book for once in my life. So take advantage of it before I close back up. I'm just joking. I'm trying not to close back up. So don't let me close back up. That's the point. So I love you guys. Have a nice day. Talk to you later. Deuces.